As we begin with that bombshell reporting within the last hour, WUSA 9 has confirmed Washington Commanders owner Daniel Snyder is taking the first of many steps towards selling the Washington Commanders. Chief investigative reporter Eric Flack is here to break down what we know. I heard the screams in the newsroom because this is just a bit surprising at this point.
You know, as a longtime resident of the city and a huge sports fan, it's kind of one of those moments where you'll remember where you are when you first heard. You know, it confirms what Washington Commanders fans have been demanding for years. Dan Snyder is in the initial stages of selling the storied football franchise he took over 23 years ago. Now, here's the statement we got just moments ago from the team. Dan and Tanya Snyder and the Washington Commanders announced today that they have hired Bank of America Securities to consider potential transactions. The Snyders remain committed to the team, all of its employees, and its countless fans to putting the best product on the field and continuing the work to set the gold standard for workplaces in the NFL. Snyder bought the Washington football franchise in 1999 for $750 million. It's worth a lot more than that now. He grew up a fan of the team and promised to take the franchise to new heights. Instead, he has, by all accounts, run the team into the ground. Fan attendance has dropped from first in the league to last, with just a handful of playoff appearances in his tenure and no Super Bowls. Most recently, Snyder has been the subject of NFL investigations as well as congressional investigations into the team's toxic workplace culture and sexual assault and financial mismanagement allegations. Just weeks ago, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay was the first NFL owner to come out publicly and say the league's owners should seriously consider removing Dan Snyder from their ranks. Dan Snyder's recent failed attempts at brokering a stadium deal, particularly in Virginia, laid bare the impact his reputation was having on the franchise moving forward. Still, Larry, Snyder vowed he would never sell the team he grew up loving. So today's news really has the feeling of kind of a bombshell, really shocking, and that's why you heard that reaction just buzzing all around the newsroom as we got the information confirmed.
I think what's interesting is that what will this mean for the team moving forward, right? I mean, a lot of changes have taken place in the past couple of years, new head coach, new president, and many suspect that with the team now undergoing a potential sale, that this could really change the dynamic within the team itself.
If this sale goes through, and we have to say, you know, the statement leaves open the possibility to a financial transaction that is not a full-scale sell of the team, although to me that seems unlikely. If this goes through, it is the reset button Washington Commanders fans and Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia have been waiting for with this football team for years, if not decades.
All right, no doubt this will be a game changer. Eric, thank you so much. Let's bring in now Sports Director Darren Haynes joining us by phone. Darren, you have been busy on the phone talking with your sources. Get us up to speed about what you're learning about this potential transaction.
Well, I'm just getting a last-minute word right now from a Washington Commanders spokesperson that was mentioning, because I asked, you know, is Dan Snyder looking into selling just part of the team or the entire team? And what I received back for them is that we, quote, we are exploring all options, which means for those who out there who want Dan Snyder to sell the entire team, that is a possibility if they're exploring all the options. But it also could be a minority stake as well. We all know back in March of 2021, Dan Snyder purchased 100% of the team, who got approved to purchase 100% of the team, and now owns the entire team, pushing out some of the other minority owners. So he could be bringing in some other minority owners to possibly help him fund a new stadium, but also the other side of it could be pushing him out, Dan Snyder selling the entire team 100%.
Darren, I want to get your take on this development today. I mean, you are rather close to the team in terms of the fact that you cover them frequently. This is really a huge story today, and I think for fans that have been desperate for change for years, does this story, does the news today represent what could potentially be a new future for the Washington Commanders?
Well, absolutely. You know, for years, like Eric Flack was saying earlier, Dan Snyder always said he's not selling the team. He's not selling the team. Matter of fact, we had on the Commanders' lawyer just 2 weeks ago, who was their lawyer, John Brownlee, who mentioned that Dan Snyder is not looking into selling the team, period, and was made that very clear to us that was not even an option. So this is a huge breaking news story. The fact that now things are starting to shift where Dan Snyder is now considering selling either part or the entire team. And this has been going on for years, where a lot of fans, a lot of people in this area wanted Dan Snyder to sell the team because the franchise just hasn't been successful at all. Has had plenty of losing seasons, only a playoff win in like almost 15 years. And then you have the recent allegations that are coming up. I mean, just think about it. We had the NFL investigation, the first one, the Wilkinson report on Dan Snyder, in regards to the toxic workplace culture, and he's still facing three other. The findings of three other investigations. This is the one for the financial improprieties. You have the Mary Jo White investigation for possible, sexual assault with an employee, and you also have Congress's investigation. So there's a lot on his head. And then we were just in New York, where where Jim Irsay, the owner for the Indianapolis Colts, was the first owner to come out and say, we think Dan Snyder should sell the team. So there's a lot of pressure on him right now to make a lot of moves. And all of this stuff building up right now could be that thing that is now pushing Dan Snyder to sell part or the entire team.
All right. Lots to digest here as we still continue to process this big story. Darren, we will let you get back to work. Thank you so much for your time.